Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Palworld. So yeah, unfortunately, Palworld is kind of delayed the PvP aspect of the game. Unfortunately, we don't really have any additional news, but I definitely want to talk about what PvP could potentially be like, or at least suggest some ideas for the developers, because PvP is going to be a very important aspect, or at least one play style that a lot of people might be interested in playing, especially if you're a survivalist and like playing survival games like Ark, or survival games like Survive the Nights. Just there's a whole bunch of lists, but you know, having that survival type, you know, playthrough and having PvP is definitely adds a challenge, and a lot of players like that challenge. So one of the first things I like to talk about is just a simple player conflict. Having PvP, you kind of have to be on guard. You got to worry about other players, because let's be honest, you're out in the wild, you don't know what's going to happen. They could be friendly, they could be neutral, or they could just straight try to kill you. But that's the cool thing about PvP, at least in this game. You may not have to have the strongest pal, just having the best battle tactics could actually win you the battle. So it's one of those things that is strategy, you know, better than having actual stronger pals, or having stronger pals is better than strategy? We don't know. Meta's not out yet. But yeah, the second aspect that I really like about the whole PvP thing is the options of base raiding, because we get to build in this game. And imagine being able to raid another, you know, another base on the, you know, on the game. Like, it's gonna be like freaking awesome. You can literally cripple your, you know, a solo player, or you cripple a big old allegiant, you know, alliance, you know, clan. Like, you can literally destroy a clan essentially overnight. You could take all their stuff that, let's just say they've been working on it for 6 months. You find a way to get in there, you get all the rewards. But yeah, it's one of those things. You could risk yourself going in and trying to raid, because if they find out you raided them, they'll come after your base and raid you. But yeah, that's definitely one of the cool aspects about PvP, is the whole base raiding thing. And then the next thing I would personally like is, let's say you got two tribes that just freaking hate each other. Schedule a date and time. Ark has a similar feature where you can actually schedule like wars. I would really like to see that as an option for Palworld, where if you're in an alliance or a guild or something and you want to go fight another, I don't know what the best word is, like Ark uses tribes, like you can literally go like tribe versus tribe and just have it scheduled. That'd be really cool as an option. And then the next thing I like is the whole aspect of potentially with items and pals. Like, there's going to be competition. You're going to want to have the strongest pals. You're going to want to have the strongest items. So, and with, you know, with the whole base, you got to protect yourself. You got to have the strong, like, it's going to be a, you know, you're going to have to find efficiency for that. And having the strongest items is obviously going to give you the best protection, but if someone else finds another item, or maybe there's a meta, you know, they're going to grab your items, and now they're going to be that much stronger, and now you're kind of back to square one. So I like this whole competition that PvP definitely creates. It is not for everybody. That's the nice thing about this game. There is PvE, so if you're more of a casual player, you know, have a, you know, an 8 to 5 job, you know, or you just don't have 40 hours to spend on a game, there's definitely PvE as well. And another thing I do like about PvP mode is risk and reward. I just like the whole aspect of you as soon as you leave your base, you're risking something, because there could be a player right around the corner, right behind a rock, literally waiting to kill you. And depending on how this actually works, I don't know the full confirmation on this. Like, obviously you're probably going to lose your items, but like are you going to lose your pals too? Like, let's say you die and you drop everything. Does your pals, or could that be adjusted by server settings? So maybe one server you don't lose your items, and then other servers you can lose your items. It's definitely a really cool aspect that you could potentially lose everything. Imagine you had a really great pal that you were really attached to, and unfortunately you died, and now that other person that killed you stole your pal, and the next time you see it they're using it against you. It's a really cool aspect. It's really sad, but kind of gives you that that strong emotion, like I want that back. And another really cool thing I really like about PvP as well, let's be honest, there's going to be server politics. There's going to be alliances. There's going to be, there's just going to be conflicts. And I can tell you guys a story when at least with Ark Survival Evolved, I played with my real friends for 6 months on an official server, and they said one thing wrong in front of the the mega tribe, and we were wiped out in 30 seconds. 6 months, and it wasn't a small base either. They came in with C4 and we were done. They were just that much bigger. Imagine and it's all because one of my friends just said one wrong thing. They didn't like their response. They thought we were rude. They thought he was rude to them because he didn't say hello, and boom, we were gone. It's just, or with the politics, you could have that one guy that kind of butts in the middle of everything, and he's kind of like a mole, but he's not. It's really cool. There's always going to be that one guy that might know everything that's going on. So it's really cool to see the whole politics thing. And another thing that I don't know if they're going to implement this in PvP mode, is maybe seasonal or time limited events. I know Ark has Thanksgiving and Christmas and Valentine's Day. It'd be kind of cool to see if Palworld introduces a similar concept, especially during PvP, because it's definitely dynamic and it's a very engaging thing, and a lot of people are probably more likely going to join if maybe double XP is offered for maybe the weekend, or maybe increase resource gathering rates, or just theme challenges. It's something really cool to see. And also this whole PvP thing, that at least the way I'm thinking it is this will help the devs balance the game itself, because obviously the guys at PvP are going to know the battle mechanics a lot more than a casual PvE player. They're going to know the meta, they're going to know what's broken, because let's be honest, a bow and arrow might be stronger than a gun. We don't know at this point. The game's not officially out yet, and it's very possible bow and arrow, there might be, a certain way you use a bow and arrow could be better than a handgun. It's hard to say, but the PvE or the PvP players will be the first ones to know what the better weapons are, and at that point the devs can actually balance, the game itself, which will in the long run be a better experience for all types of players. But yeah, for me, the PvP experience, at least in Palworld, is going to be very important. It really depends on, my big thing is going to be the balance, and depends on how the devs implement it. And I feel like if they kind of mimic Ark's PvP style, I think it really goes well, at least from what I've seen so far. But yeah, let me know down below how you guys feel about this, because I think PvP is going to be a really great addition once it comes out for Palworld. Unfortunately, like what I said, it's not going to be available when early access initially launches, but it definitely will be around. I'm probably going to guess once once they, like, I'm assuming there's a couple of things that's not working the way the devs want to, and I'm assuming it's probably the servers. If I had to guess, the servers aren't quite there yet, at least to their liking, which is, you know, which is why they're doing that last minute testing. If you guys watched my last video, I think they're, you know, trying to iron out a few more things for the netcode, if I had to guess, you know. But that's all speculation. I could be absolutely wrong, but, you know, that cat, you know, leaking that netcode stuff, you know, with the server, that was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting. But yeah, let me know down below how you guys feel about PvP. And if you guys have any other suggestions, because honestly, I think PvP is going to be a really cool addition to Palworld. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.